is either a smoked tobacco or a smokeless tobacco. Smoked tobaccos are the regular things which we think and see as tobacco only, which is like bedi, cigarette, vape, shisha, the e-cigarettes, and the other jewel and other products that have been launched in the market. Kheni, vodka, tobacco, the other things. Now the tobacco itself is consumed in these two forms throughout the world.
Why it's so difficult to quit tobacco?
Yeah, so over the years of practicing, and I have also learned eventually over the years, nicotine, it hijacks our chemical centers of the brain. So it basically hijacks the thought process that is in the long term. But the addiction that is happening is not only chemical addiction. The addiction that is happening is cultural, psychological. No form of tobacco, really cigarettes, cigars, vapes, shishas, e-cigarettes, jewels, everything is harmful. Everything has carcinogenesis and will lead to cancer for sure.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to your favorite health podcast called We Talk Health, where we get you the leading experts from the medical industry who not just guide us about healthcare but impact our real well-being. और आज हम बात करेंगे about a topic which is impacting a lot of lives but still neglected, that is tobacco cancer. And to talk about it, we have with us the renowned and the first female surgical oncologist of Eastern India, and easily she has transcended the male dominated field, and she's a triple gold medalist from her med school days. I am honored to welcome Dr. Garima Saragi to guide us and enlighten us about this critical topic and say us how she has worked in this forefront to prevent and take care of tobacco cancer and aware people about this serious topic. All cameras to ma'am, because that it's my honor again to call ma'am on the show. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sabir. It's my privilege to be on your show. You've already given a good big introduction for me. I'm really honored.
Ma'am, it's the part of the show. Like, I thought the introduction could have been more, but then the work you're doing, it has no limits. So I had kept it short. But in this video, we'll be getting to know you more and how you have worked. And I think my viewers will have an idea that it's a very neglected topic when it comes to tobacco cancer. But still, people like they know, but they still ignore it.
So I really believe when you talk about the collaborative introduction, it should be the work that should be introduced at a person at all, because the impact is never a person. It's always the action that we're taking. And thank you so much. You've called me for a topic which is really, very close to my heart. And one, because being a surgical oncologist, I regularly, on a daily basis, I'm seeing the impact of tobacco in our lives. Uh, I want to tell you one thing over here. When you mention tobacco cancer, tobacco does not only cause cancer. Tobacco is the biggest stigma which is preventable and causing more than 60% of the deaths of all kinds. So there is a group of disease which is the highest causative factor for deaths across the world, that is categorized into non-communicable diseases. As a doctor, you know it, right? NCDs. So amongst the NCDs, cardiovascular stroke, COPDs, diabetes, hypertension are the highest most leading causes, right? Along with that is cancer. So the deaths is so vast because of tobacco, but all the diseases are covered. And the biggest factor is that it's completely prevented.
Ma'am, like you mentioned, it's very harmful. We get a warning. एक गुटखे के पैकेट में होता है, सिगरेट के डिब्बे में होता है. There's a lot of warning. Still, people who consume it, they see it. But as an oncologist, according to you, how briefly can you say me it affects our body?
So, 3-4 things that will quickly tell you. Tobacco itself is being distributed or consumed in two different forms. Tobacco is either a smoked tobacco or a smokeless tobacco. Smoked tobaccos are the regular things which we think and see as tobacco only, which is like bedi, cigarette, nowadays that's vape, shisha, the e-cigarettes, and the other jewel and other products that have been launched in the market. That is the smoked tobacco. So clearly it produces smoke. Then smokeless tobacco is in the form of chewable tobacco, on the things that we keep in mouth, kheni, gutka, tambaku, the other things. Now the tobacco itself is consumed in these two forms throughout the world. The when we consume it, the chemical compound that is actually addictive is nicotine. Nicotine is something that goes to the body and causes carcinogenesis. That means formation of cancer. Now, nicotine itself not alone. In tobacco products, various different types of products, which I mentioned you, multiple factors are there which are producing. So total, suppose in a cigarette, there are 279 chemicals which are carcinogens. In all the tobacco products combined, there are more than 6,993 carcinogens which had been documented and separated during the research. So these many carcinogens, chemicals, we are actually consuming to give ourselves cancer.
Ma'am, like recently I was hearing one of your talks, I guess, and there you were mentioning that how early someone can have tobacco cancer. You were explaining about the case study, I remember, about a child. So I would love if you share that story to my viewers.
Yeah. So before I come to the particular case study, I'll tell you about a simple thing. I am a surgical oncologist. Now I'm practicing in Odisha for the past 5 years, right? Odisha itself has a prevalence of 51%, 51.9% of tobacco consumption in males and 39% in females. In combined India, when we see the average consumption rate is 29% in females, and in males it is around 40%, 42%. So Odisha is having a very high, on an average 45% of consumption rate of tobacco.
I had a version.
Every दो में से 1% is consumed.
I had a version.
Some form.
The states who are dry state, they would be having more consumption of tobacco because उनको alcohol नहीं मिलता. But Odisha is not a dry state, but still you see the analogy. There's a lot of consumption of tobacco.
So contrary to that, the thing exactly which you told is people who consume alcohol consume tobacco in some or the other form together.
So they complement each other.
They are synergistically harmful.
Yeah.
So 1 plus 1 becomes 11 or 1100 when consumption of alcohol and tobacco is together. That is the bad part of it. People do not realize that when we are consuming tobacco in such an extent, it is completely preventable. Now coming to the age, in Odisha, the average age, mean age in which a person can develop consumption of tobacco, initiation, is 10.8 years. 10 years is when our children are in school, not even in high school, in middle school. So this is the exact data which is published, which is seen in the research from the ICAR and the other proper data-centric, commit-centric data. Now I do regular camps, the case that you were talking about. So in the camp, 9 months back, I saw a patient. He complained of a non-healing ulcer in the mouth. Okay, मुंह के अंदर एक घाव हो गया है जो सूख नहीं रहा है. बच्चा है, स्कूल में है वो, he is 13 years of age, he's in standard 8, and he comes to me with this, कि मम्मी बोले बार-बार medicines take it. When I see the lesion, it's looking like a cancer lesion to me. I'm shocked. He's 30.6, मतलब he was 13 and a half years, he would be 14 in the next 6 months. And that child is having cancer. And he's in Jajpur, our own Odisha, Jajpur listed. But small rural school. He's still studying in school, or government school. He's properly nourished, he's not like malnourished. Nuna, as a child, don't look on the tobacco and finiform. तो इस तरह बापा गुटखा खाऊचे थे, पाना चबाऊचे थे, वो बुद्धि को चबायला स्टार्ट कर देती थी. केपेटो स्टार्ट करी थी लोग. इस तरह अब मुझे मने नहीं बापार चोरी करी करके मजे खाऊची, तापर मैं सांगो माने भी खाऊचे थी, हमें सब ही खाऊची. सांग मारे बोलते चेनी मोरी भाई जायची. And then when I took a biopsy in the camp itself, that second I had to produce officially to the test cancer. Luckily, because of the camp, it was detected early. Biopsy was done instantly, and the surgery was done for the patient. A wide local incision with the neck dissection. He is very good now.
So, ma'am, like you mentioned, so any habit which we start or which starts, so it happens from you see from someone. जैसे एक बार try कर रहे हैं, like उसे कि पापा से एक बार try कर लिया था चुरा के. So this is herd habits, and when habits like eating tobacco, smoking tobacco happens, quitting them becomes difficult. like you said, you're doing a noble thing, doing camps or going to camps. So can you briefly say me why it's so difficult to quit tobacco?
Yeah. So over the years of practicing, of preaching and practicing the camps in surgical oncology, two things that really have got my attention also, and I have also learned eventually over the years. Nicotine, it hijacks our chemical centers of the brain. So it basically hijacks the thought process that is in the long term. But the addiction that is happening is not only chemical addiction. The addiction that is happening is cultural, psychological. So medically, when we talk, we are talking about psychological and physical dependence that you know very well as an author. But the tobacco, nicotine addiction per se, is more cultural, more peers, more societal, and ultimately it leads to a social epidemic kind of thing. So the addiction is, if I want to leave because of my peers, I feel my classiness or my friend circle will reduce. If somebody else wants to leave, he's really sitting and getting up with the same people who are consuming. Somebody thinks he'll be left out. FOMO ho jayega. See, fear
Out
of
of the
missing
group,
out.
yeah.
Fear, that is
That's one of the
tendency.
bigger reason of why people indulge into anything.
And not able to relieve.
Yeah.
That is the most important thing. So when we're talking about addiction, we have to understand that addiction is in a person and also created by the society. Once a person decides to stop, the peers, if they think good about the person, has to first understand no more offering or no more pressurizing. If this happens, automatically the quit rates will become increased.
And also, like you rightly said, that his father was taking. So they had this thing कि पापा लेने कुछ गलत काम होगा नहीं.
Yeah, so as I always tell, tobacco addiction, तंबाकू का सेवन is a cultural, societal, and generational addiction.
It's an inherent, yeah.
So next generation always feels whatever the elder are doing correct, and let they grow to teens. After teens, they become rebellious. When you are doing, how can you stop us from doing that?
Yeah.
Same thing happens in the college schools and everywhere else.
So it's like when we have such like you like I again ask you this thing like to say me like how you do these scams and all. So these scams are not just for the person but their peers also. It's like around kiske saath they are spending time like. So how does you it's like you going and doing these scams and all? How does the cessation program camps looks like? Like people know about it. A lot of people don't know.
Yeah, right. So, from the time I am an MBBS student from 2007, I've been doing different camps at different places in the country. From my MBBS is from NRS Kolkata, there once I used to do for my workers in my hospital to IDG my hospital when I used to work. My MS is from here. From here during my MS time also, we used to do camps. After becoming an oncologist, I have been working after coming back to Olissa. I've been doing this proper structured camps. Every monthly I go. Monthly camps are one in rural area, one in urban area. So when I'm doing camps, multiple people are doing camps now. People are becoming aware, right? What I have developed over the period of time of so many years that I learned from Bangalore. When we used to first do an awareness session. So a doctor or a person who knows properly first talk to the entire public who has come to the camp and made them sensitized about three cancers. I talk about oral cancer, cervical cancer, and breast cancer because these three are properly very early detectable, preventable, treatable, everything. So first we make the people aware, everybody who is present, and we also insist and request them when you go back home, who was not able to come here, tell the same things to them. So this awareness reduces the stigma a lot. In the camp itself, the screening process continues thereafter. So in the tobacco cessation part, what we do, the basic Anganwadi workers, self-help groups, the local regulatory bodies, the local people who have helped us organize the camp, these are the grassroots people who are there every day. I'm going there monthly basis, or I'm sending my team monthly basis. They are being motivated to conduct these at the role areas, to talk to the other people that we are available to help you quit. We are available to help you quit. Telling quitting will never help. So that message goes, and then they understand if this is causing disease, we might get help.
Okay, so like, ma'am, are you associated with people those who organize these scams, or you have your own setup, or how the program? Like, I want to know the hierarchy, the structure, because like you said, a lot of scams are happening, but a lot of people don't know the importance, whom to trust, where to go. They don't know that. So how does that look like?
True. So I actually take the good privilege, and I also have a lot of gratitude in my heart for the people across years who have helped me know it. Over the years, I had built a proper structural group for my camps. You're talking about my camps now. So I have a group of 50 people who are doctors, MBBS people, who are dentists, who are gynecologists, three cadres, and I myself there. There are nursing staff, there are technicians, teams, and the other people who help the organizer camp. These people are now, by now, trained properly in a camp. What should we do? So this is about the free cancer screening and awareness camp that I do. For tobacco cessation, I was really privileged that I'm in this generation because my seniors and my mentors and doctors, there are few people who over the period of time just let me hand in as a compassion of their heart to do something for the community, to give back to the society and to improvise the society for our children. So there's a company, they became a Mendelepi. It is Odisha based company. This company has been formed categorically for this preventive oncology work, for oncology work. So I'm one of the co-founders of the company. And my co-founder, because I'm a surgical oncologist, I do not have the work. So Mr. Hemant Agarwal, he has managed to collaborate with multiple organizations, and along with multiple organizations, corporate houses, banking sectors, multinational companies, schools, colleges, and other educational institutes. In the collaboration work, what we are doing is I Can Care Odisha has joined hands with DVK. I Can Care Odisha is again a state venture of I Can Care India, which is led by Dr. Pawan Gupta. So Dr. Pawan Gupta is also a surgical oncologist. He is by origin from Odisha.
Yeah.
He's practicing in
They got to know it lately.
Yeah. So he is a very senior person. He has been doing this for long many years, and he has, after so many years of things, he saw the same thing that I saw in the 12 years of my preventive oncology work, that it needs to be structured, organized. So to become cessation, what we are doing is clubbing I Can Care Odisha with DVK. We have brought up, and we are launching, in fact, today is what you are going to air about the Save the Youth campaign under FICCI Flow Bhubaneswar. I'm the head of the healthcare initiative at FICCI Flow. And I thank my chairperson, Dr. Pragya Brahmata Mishra, and our senior vice chair, Mrs. Prachvi Manoki, who actually immediately took up the idea to launch this entire huge program, which is going to be impactful under FICCI Flow banner. And they are definitely giving us a support. And I thank you also that you are a part of the initiative and you are really doing good work.
Means a lot, ma'am. So like it feels good like when you hear a lot of ladies coming together and like making a meals, like you can't smoke tobacco. So ma'am, coming to smoking tobacco or cessation thing, whatever it is there a lot of disparity or differences in the number of males and female smokers?
Yeah, so as I was telling you in the statistics,
Yeah.
males statistics is 51.6%, exact statistics.
Okay.
Females ka it is 39.2%. Now, the females were earlier 8% and males were 62%.
Okay.
Male statistics is coming down, but slowly.
Yeah.
Female is going up, but irrationally.
So the females are competing here also with the guys, right?
Females do not compete, they lead. So that is the globalization. Samir, it is not about any competition. What is happening is the more and more digitalization is happening. We are making ourselves. So I'll be sharing a video with you, which we show to you on people also. You will see every day we have phones in our hand. Every moment we can scroll through everything. And for the youth, for the teenager, the attractive features are those. That is what piques the curiosity first. And then availability is also become very easy for everything. These two things which is actually increasing the ratio. And treatments will never be behind anything.
That is true. Like may be good, may be bad. They go hand in hand. So, ma'am, one more thing. Like I have heard, I have attended your talks. So you used to mention about a tobacco marshal and how these people influence and how like what's the role of a tobacco marshal?
Yeah. So what happened is during on my camp, during all the preventive work, during creation of there are multiple doctors who are practicing tobacco cessation now, but the structured way is not there. So structured way we have taken from Dr. Pawan Bhumta, who is a collaborator with us in this particular project for Save the Youth campaign, which we are launching today. Now, what we are doing is there are only a handful of doctors, but if every individual takes the reign of their own lives and makes it a promise or properly learn the structures, they can take it to the next level. So we are trying to build a capacity building for tobacco cessation. So here I would like to highlight one thing: the addiction, like to help quit. Most of the part is psychological. Only 10% is medicinal. So apart from prescribing a medicine, a normal individual who's really interested, who's keen, and who knows the proper structure of quitting can actually handle the most of the part. So what we are trying to do is we are building Marshall by training them. The Marshall program is launched under the Save the Youth campaign, and the first Marshall program we are doing with Sun Diagnostics over here itself. And on 3rd of June, probably amongst the auto rickshaw drivers and workers, they are going to implement that. We are in a structured way telling the people every individual can be a marshal actually, and they themselves will know the proper way of cessation or stopping tobacco. They can take it to the next level to teach other people, to become a quit buddy, to help people stop smoking. So quit buddy is what we call it.
Yeah, that sounds a bit
Buddy.
Gen Z kind of a
Gen-
friend. I think
Agency is
Yeah.
required
Yeah.
because they have to either do it self or take help. So
And like you rightly told, I think one of the best tobacco marshal or a quit buddy is someone who has gone through the process, who had been an addict before, and now who has gone out of the addiction and and I think he's the best. He or she is the best person to be a marshal. What about what do you feel about that?
yeah, absolutely. So there are not many people who leave smoking. Trust me when you told that in the packets it is written it's harmful for smoking, tobacco kills, in all the packets because it's the government norm. That's where it is put. Knowing that, seeing that everybody is smoking, dirty pictures of cancer patients are shown on the cigarette
Yeah.
packs.
Movies.
Shisha packs, in movies.
Everyone has a Suresh in their life, right?
Absolutely correct. Despite of that, everybody chooses to smoke. So inception is always a curiosity usually or some peer pressure. Just try it once. And then that becomes a habit gradually.
Like I've heard people, like I have friends, those who say, okay, I'm stressed, तो मैं smoke मार लेता हूँ.
Yeah.
I need like there's also this excuse कि आज रात भर पढ़ाई during my school days, रात भर पढ़ना है, एक सुट्टा फूंक लेता हूँ. Chai without sutta is a emotion, it's no more an addiction. So like they have n number of reasons. So I think we can have n number of reasons of not doing it. So like we mentioned, government is doing all this thing to prevent. According to you, what else the government can do, like to ban things or what do you feel about it?
So banning in government 2013 in government is banned tobacco usage.
Okay.
But every school, college also has a tobacco tapri, so called, just within 2 kilometers radius, which is officially not allowed. So making the regulations much more stringent is one possibility. Odisha it is much required. If and government knows also. So as we all know, we were discussing a couple of days earlier. जब लॉकडाउन हुआ, जब खुला तो पहले दुकानें कौन सी खुली थी? अल्कोहल.
And
क्या चीज अवेलेबल था डिस्पाइट ऑफ लॉकडाउन इन ब्लैक? अल्कोहल एंड गुटखा. So people can survive with food.
now we have this type here
To
deliver by
survive.
good fair and electron, yeah.
So that is available, and that is available in a very big way to everybody. So once we cut down the availability to the teenagers, the youth won't do it. But I think very important action the government can actually take. See, we have already been in a part where we have seen that happening on a daily basis. And as an adult, we always want better, even if you are not able to implement something for yourself. But for the next generation, you want it better. We have done that mistake, learned through them. And now we don't want them to adapt it, right? So if the government implements really strict tobacco cessation programs or tobacco marshal champions in their own institutions, in every institutions, make it a proper curriculum to have at least one session in the high school, then it becomes a mass effect. And then it becomes a ripple effect because one person will definitely be taking it to other. So in our tobacco Save the Youth campaign, we have the first campaign that I take to the high schools, starting from middle school also I do now, because young people are starting as soon as standard 7. is be smart, do not start. So that is the time when they actually start, right? And then we show them the videos scientifically way how it may be harmful for your body. What are the myths? What are the conceptions? What is the actual effect that is happening? So before this starting, it is not scaring them. Knowledge has such a big, huge power. If you really good, adequate, and apt the knowledge to the right people, and they are able to implement it, they will be smarter. They will not start.
We are talking about others, Gen Zs, and Save the Youth campaign into the best part of my show. That is myths. Okay, so there's a lot of myths. These Gen Zs, they say that Samir, yeah, what we do is if we want to quit tobacco, the best thing is go and have vape. So according to you, how these vape or the shisha culture, hookahs, how are they actually escape goat for leaving tobacco, or are they equally harmful?
So I will not tell you the exact statistics, but you must be knowing that one of the hugest company of India with a hotel chain, the manufacturing of cigarettes, has 90% of revenues to tobacco. Right? I'm talking about ITC. I was not. I thought no, 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 no.
I have friends those who get free cigarettes when we're working in ITC.
Absolutely. So because it's a huge revenue generation platform. Now to attract the youth, they have launched all the flavored things. So there are multiple flavored cigarettes available, multiple flavored things available. That is a smoked cigarette, which is a hot cigarette. Something which is vaporized is vape. So the same nicotine that they present is an e-cigarette basically, form of chemical. The chemical is in a solution form with the battery. It generates the vape and you inhale it and comes on the smoke. It's all in the smoked vape. Same concept is for all the other forms like e-cigarette, Juuls, other varieties of e-cigarettes. The third category is shisha or hookah. That the Gen Z is most fond of now. So I'll tell you two things. The biggest myth is there is no safe tobacco. And all these products, no shisha, no vape, and no cigarette, no bidi is without tobacco.
So these are basically
they
cancers in
are
a different form.
Cancers in a different form and different segments of harmfulness. So in cigarette and bidi, there are multiple other leaves, multiple other chemicals which are formulated into those pellets which are dried and then rolled into papers, right? And vape, it is in a pure form of solution which is present along with flavor. So it is cleaner because these are things are on there, which are also carcinogens, by the way. So it is called a clean nicotine. But clean nicotine.
Nicotine, like yeah, there's nicotine.
Nicotine.
Yeah, just marketing gimmick code, I feel.
Yeah, marketing gimmick because it's attractive. See, now, imagine taking out bubblegum flavors, strawberry flavors, watermelon flavors.
Yeah.
These all flavors are attracting to Gen Z. Iced flavors. Multiple other flavors are present. And attraction starts because it's a style, like earlier, no, when you see the history of tobacco, smoke was a style statement. It was a, what do I call it? Like for standard of life.
Yeah.
That's a lifestyle.
The high class people and
lifestyle standardization used to.
there have been Bollywood
Cigars
songs.
and big-
Yeah.
Cigars and different things. So people realize that it's all hoax. It come down. That's why in the adult population, the smoking is reduced. So when we are seeing a reduction in the men percentage throughout the world, it is because of that. But the youth now is all globalized. It's cosmopolitan lifestyle, right? So whatever everybody is doing, it's a party culture. They do it.
Having a
What
vape
do
makes
they
you
do?
feel cool and then
What did it? So initially they start by feeling cool, most of them, and then it becomes a habit, and then an addiction. That is how it comes. So one very strong message that I want to put here in your show today is no form of tobacco, really cigarettes, cigars, vapes, shishas, e-cigarettes, Juuls, everything is harmful. Everything has carcinogenesis and it will lead to cancer for sure.
So, ma'am, coming to the next myth, I was talking to a friend recently. So he was like, "Samir would be happy. I left cigarette." I'm like, "I'm happy for you." Then I asked him how. So he's like, I have started taking Gudka and Rajnikanta." So I'm like, people have this notion that this tobacco, chewing tobacco is safer than smoking. So what's your take on it?
So Samir, I'll tell you, you must be already knowing this. India is the world capital of oral cancer. World capital. We are just barely fractional population. but we have the highest number of oral cancer cases in our country. And Odisha being a small volume, small sectoral state is number third rated in India for oral cancers. That high amount of consumption. That is not because oral cancer is not because of cigarette rape or smoking tomatoes. It's because of smokeless tobaccos. Because यहाँ पर पानो मौसा
That's
everybody
adjective.
mausa and pano
Yeah.
earlier. Now the younger generations are more into the other things, and that causes cancer. That's why such high prevalence of oral cancers on a daily basis.
So, ma'am, coming to the third and this like a myth, what I also feel because recently I was traveling in Europe, I went to Amsterdam, so you must be guessing what I'll go to ask. So, does smoking weed and ganja also causes oral cancer?
So as I told you, these smoke forms, weed, ganja, if you know, they mix the leaves, right? Dried leaves that they ultimately roll into papers and they're smoking it. So, as I mentioned in cigarette, there are 6,993 carcinogens. That is not only because of nicotine. Nicotine is one of the carcinogens which is very high potency. But the other factors are the carcinogens themselves.
So, like cannabinoid is also carcinogenic according to you.
Cannabinoid has a bronchodilator effect. So, if you know in the northern part of India, Punjab, Haryana, Uttarakhand areas,
Asol.
Kasol,
Yeah.
Kasol.
The weed capital of India.
Yeah. So their altitude is very high. There is a high risk of bronchitis, inflammation. Because of the inflammation, there is constriction on the airways. So over there, ganja helps people in a way because it's dilating the vessels and it lets the oxygen go inside, which is rare in the case of oxygen. There is the altitude itself. Having said that, the addiction properties of cannabinoid is totally different. Number one. Number two, all the other adulterated things that is present in smoke is also there in the weed that that people are smoking. So that itself is carcinogen. Number three, when we are talking about hot smokes, like all these things will burn in the smoke, unlike the electronic counterparts. So the hot smoke itself generates a lot of shoot that goes and deposits in the lung, which itself is carcinogenic. The effect of the hot smoke is a black lung, and the effect of all the liquid
Yeah.
electrons white lung. We know that all.
So, ma'am, coming to the end of the show, so I want to know someone who has successfully have overcome himself or herself from tobacco addiction. What are the few and most important health benefits he or she will have? Because you have to say that like they get this cherry, like you have to bribe people. If you do this, you will get this. So I want my viewers to know you are someone who is smoking or addicted. They should know what they have on the other side if they don't smoke.
So, Samir, first I will actually tell in your this question, that quitting earlier, as Dr. Paul was telling you yesterday, कि मैंने पहले बोला एक तो तू तंबाकू खाता है फिर तुझे बीमारी में फिर तू मेरे पे चढ़ रहा है तू छोड़ दे. So the growth in the learning curve of quitting cessation, tobacco cessation, happens when a person understands the first thing. It has to be a proper hand-holding, compassionate understanding of the person. So WHO's theme for World Cancer Day for this year is United by Unique. See the person first, then the patient. So unless you see the person who's consuming tobacco, you'll not understand him or her, and you'll not be able to help. As doctors, our job is to make a proper structured way of tobacco cessation. So what I want to highlight through your channel is by telling people quit, they won't be able to quit because it is, as I told you, there are multiple level of dependencies of it. And the journey of cessation has to be a proper scientific, compassionate, structured, strategic way. That is what is developed into our tobacco master program. And we also create the master cessation specialist who will be able to help people to quit with medication as well. So this journey completely can be taken up by a person. Like one of my patients recently told me, Madam, you do not scare me off. You heard me. And I was touched by what he told. I have actually quoted him and put in my chamber as well. For all of us are people, we are doctors, that's our first responsibility to help every kind of disease prevention because that is of course better than what we are trying to cure and the effect will be mass. So we are supposed to first understand, be in their shoes, have compassion for them. Unless we have compassion, we will not be able to help them. And through the martial programs, so other the quit programs, which is a proper structured strategy only, we'll be able to help them. So the process is, first we assess the person's assertiveness for leaving, quitting. Second is one-on-one counseling. We talk to them and understand what they're looking forward to. Third is creating of a quit buddy in their own place, workplace, or their homes, from their family, from their peer, who's on regular basis helping them out. Then there's the medical therapy if needed. And medical therapy is actually following psychological therapy. So when I'm telling psychological, I'm telling cognitive behavioral therapy. As a doctor, you know. So we counsel the patient in a structured way, and we have to keep on reinforcing it. Most important is the follow-up. So only when everything is followed in a proper strategic way, somebody would be able to quit tobacco nicely and will be able to sustain it. So as you know, the cessation rate through our programs is 92 to 95%. But after 2 years, almost half of them have again started. So 45% is still a very, very high number. With all the other online helpline numbers, all the other online apps and other things, the cessation rate is barely 10%, not higher than them. So with my program, it is definitely much, much higher, 42%. But what I'm looking forward to are very, very good, stringent people. That's our capacity building, because that is ultimately helping the community. Now coming to your coming to the final question. This is structure. This is structure. And what is cherry on top? So why I tell in youth we impact then the impact is highest, because once you've smoked tobacco for any certain life point of time, your body will never be 0.0 again, ever. अगर आज चुट्टा मारा है, आज अगर सिगरेट पिया है, आज अगर वेप मारा है 10 साल 20 साल, cancer will happen maybe after 10 years, 12 years, 20 years. You never know when. That depends upon, again, how long, how deep, and how many numbers was addiction for. But the moment you stop, so a smoker is having craving to smoke. He's an addict. Now if I stop smoking, my sympathetic nervous system stabilizes. If I cradle only one first urge by not smoking. So the anxiety will first be a little higher. Then by BP, everything stabilizes. So your palpitations will settle. Your blood pressure will come immediately. Within 20 minutes, the BP and the sympathetic chain start settling. When we see in the long run, the cardiovascular effects, the lung capacity will be telling. Within 3 months, almost 12 weeks of time, the lung capacity almost starts coming back to normal. The cardiovascular effects, this thrombosis factors start settling down very, very nicely. That's why in very early cancers, when we see the patients, we tell the patient to quit smoking, be in a quit position for at least 2 to 3 weeks, then visit again. And then the pre-anesthesia people are very, very happy that the complication tends to be less. The the clearance very easily, because by then the lung capacity and the other factors, comorbidity reduces. And long-run effect is definitely reduction in the cancer incidence. So it's actually a proper, when you choose to quit tobacco, you are choosing to reincarnate your life.
That's one of the best we can have the end, we can say that. So thanks a lot for enlightening my viewers on this eve of World Tobacco Day. I hope this video will somewhere or the other will play a role in the bigger program or bigger initiative we are taking. So thank you everyone for giving us your precious time to watch this video. I remember there was a movie by Salman Khan where he used to say, people don't say me thank you and share it to 5 other people or help 5 other people. So why I'm mentioning it here? So on this World Tobacco Day, let us pledge to share this video to 5 friend of yours and ask them to share more 5 friend of them whom they think they are at the verge of getting addicted or are still addicted and can easily remove or can quit tobacco. And other help you need, you have Dr. Garima with us. Anytime you want to reach her, reaching her is very easy. So thank you for watching. Do like, share and subscribe, and let's make an impact this Tobacco Day. Thank you.